Hello, guys. I hope this video finds you well. So, to those who are new in this channel, I am Jenny. I was a licensed professional teacher in 2022, recently, no, actually last year, and I have lectured four times in Sir Melvin Baracho's channel. My major is English. So for tonight, what we're going to be doing is we will try to analyze Prof Ed. Unlike Gen Ed kasi, madali siyang i-memorize, Pag may bagong lumabas or, mga lumabas na item, it's easier to memorize. For Prof Ed, kadalasan dun situationals. So, it's difficult to memorize or it's difficult to figure out kung ano yung lalabas o hindi. And that's why, with the fact that situational siya, it means magagamit natin yung analysis skill natin. And so I have, created a few techniques on how to analyze Prof Ed questions and how you'll arrive to the correct answer. So this one, it's very different than Gen Ed. With Gen Ed, you have to know the answer. Kasi kung hindi mo alam yung sagot, hindi mo alam yung sagot. Unlike Prof Ed, if you read the question, pwede mong i-analyze yung situation, you can find context clues, you can, try to rate kung saan mga choices yung mas mabigat and choose that as an answer. So now we will try to analyze how to arrive to the correct answer when answering Prof Ed, okay? Now, I want you can comment your answers if you want. So take note that the board exam, I think especially for Prof Ed, it is trying to measure how good you are as a teacher. So tayo kasi examinees, we are, applying to, or we are taking this exam para malaman natin kung fit ba tayo to become licensed professional licensed professional teachers. That's why inaalam ng PRC kung how good you are as a teacher. Okay? And that's why it's really important that sa lahat ng sagot mo sa Prof Ed, you are, ano yan, pinapakita mo that you are fit to become a licensed professional teacher, okay? Huwag ka lang sagot, ng sagot, ng sagot, ng sagot. I-analyze mo. These options that I chose, these answers that I have, does this make me fit ba to become a licensed professional teacher? That's the question you should try to answer. And that's something that you should keep in mind. Okay. Now, let's start right away with tip number one. First is be student-centered. So, yung pinaka-sentro ng ating teaching, learning process are always the learners. It's not mainly about the teachers. It's not mainly about the subject matter or the curriculum or the stakeholders or the school. Lahat sila nag-i-exist. It's because we want what's best for our learners. So in every option that you choose, please make sure that you are student-centered, not teacher-centered or not parents or not like the curriculum or content. I mean, nakadepende pa rin naman yun sa question na ibinibigay. That's why we need to analyze. But for some questions, mas applicable doon or mas tama yung sagot mo if you are student-centered, okay? Again, depende sa context, depende sa question. Now, let's try this one. This is considered as a Pavlovian conditioning adopted by traditional educators, but not anymore by liberal or progressivist teachers. Is it rewards, evaluative measures, punitive measures, or providing feedback? Comment your answers. So keyword natin dito ay yung Pavlovian conditioning that is adopted by traditional educators. Pero hindi na by liberal or progressivist teachers. So yung unang tip ko, di ba, is to be student-centered. So, okay, let's see. Now, gumagana din yung odd one out when answering, okay? Kung sa tingin mo, the rest of the options are the same feeling, the same atmosphere, yung iisa dyan, yan yung sagot, okay? So you have to be able to analyze kung negative ba ito o positive. Kung lahat ng other options are positive, may nag-iisang negative, that's the answer. Kung lahat naman ng other options negative, may nag-iisa lang positive, that's the answer, okay? Now, ano ba yung Pavlovian conditioning? Yung dog and the bell, right? The classical conditioning. Mhm. Now, let's try. Correct answer natin dito is punitive measures. Yung problema is kung hindi natin alam ano yung punitive. Punitive, it is about punishment. Okay? Again, it is about punishment. So here, adopted by traditional educators, diba? Like, of course, dati, as far as I remember, okay lang na paluin kami. Kakatuwa. Okay lang na paluin kami as a serve for like punishment. Pero ngayon, kapag paluin mo yung mga bata, nako, ipapatulfo ka ng parents, 'di ba? Or ngayon, mga bata ngayon, sobrang bilis ma-depress, right? Dati sa amin, if you don't listen, you know, you are scolded, pinapagalitan ka right there and then and pinapalabas ka. But if you do that right now to the students, nako, made-depress yung bata at kasalanan na naman ng teacher. Kaya nga eh, be student teacher. No, 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 be student teacher, be student centered. Be student centered, okay? So, of course, right now, by liberal or progressivist teachers, hindi na natin ginagawa. Okay? So, be student-centered. Maganda pa para sa students yung i-punish sila? Not exactly, diba? So, if it fits with the question, always choose the student side. Okay? That's the first step. Next one is be logical. Ano ba yung logical? You know, yung mga pinipili mong options, they must be rational. Okay? Huwag mo lang piliin kasi sa tingin mo tama or magandang pakinggan or it's fancy. It has to be logical. Bakit mo napili yan? Ano bang nakita mo sa question that aligns with the answer? And the way to choose this one is to question all the choices. Yung letter A, does it answer but to the question? Yung letter B, does it answer but to the question? If it does, what's the percentage? How sure are you? So be logical, okay? Mas maganda na yung talagang tanong is, yung talagang sagot na pinipili mo is sumasagot siya doon sa hinahanap nila. Okay? Be logical. Now let's try the next question. When compared to subjective evaluation, testing the student is more objective because it is based on what? Is it objectivity, subjectivity, quantifiable data, or qualitative data? How do you read this one, guys? Is it data or data? Anyway, yan na yan. Okay? So, comment your answers. Again, be logical. Kung sagot mo ay objectivity, bakit? Bakit yan yung sagot mo? Kung subjectivity naman, bakit? Kung letter C or letter D, bakit? Are you 100% confident ba na it answers to the question? Okay. So, keyword natin dito is, there's a comparison, right? Kino-compare yung subjective evaluation compared sa actually testing the student, you know? So ano ba yung subjective? Yeah, with actually testing the student kasi for example, yung mga multiple choice items, alam mo talaga kung anong alam ng student. Na may measure mo siya in a very objective manner. So dito, it's yung subjective evaluation daw. It's fine. But testing the student is more objective. So ibig sabihin, we can remove subjectivity, right? So you are left with A, C, and D. We can also remove, ano ba, objectivity. Kasi, yes, it's fine. It's based on objectivity, but it's not clear, diba? So we are left with quantifiable and qualitative data. Ano ba yung quanti? That's with numbers, right? So qualitative naman, it's about the qualities, no? So yung qualitative, it's more on, medyo magiging subjective siya, right? So, ibig sabihin, yung pinaka-more objective dito is yung quantifiable data, yung talagang nasusukat mo, yung scores, right? gaano ba kaalam ng bata, gaano karami yung natamang sagot niya. Kaya when compared to subjective evaluation, for example, yung essays, role plays na ang teacher lang yung nag-grade, testing the student is more objective kasi nakabase siya sa quantifiable data. So if you notice, this is how Prof Ed looks like, mostly sa mga tanong or mostly sa mga options, they are correct or parang they sound correct. So you have to be able to identify kung saan ba dito, okay? So be student-centered, be logical. Huwag kang sagot ng sagot lang. Dapat may basis ka kung bakit yan yung sagot mo. So dito, it's more objective. Testing the student is more objective kasi nakabase siya sa quantifiable data. Okay? Next one, be professional. I think I had a Facebook reel. It has 20,000 views into an advice na when answering Prof Ed, you should be professional. From the term itself, professional education. From the fact that you are taking the exam to have or to become a licensed professional teacher. So lahat ng sagot mo doon, pinipili mo, make sure it's professional. Kasi meron kasi dong question, I forgot which batch sa board exam. Yung taxi driver daw, he is doing his job well. He is well-mannered, tapos, yeah, tama yung pamasaheng hinihingi niya, yung metro niya, hindi cheat. So, is he considered professional? Now, I know most of us would answer na, okay, si Manong driver mabait, then professional siya, bakit hindi? Is it logical ba yung sagot mo? Is it professional? No. So I learned this from Sir Melvin as well. You can only claim that someone is professional kapag nakuha nila yung lisensya nila sa PRC. Okay? You can only claim that a profession is professional kapag nakuha nila yung license nila sa PRC. Okay? Now, I'm sure in a subjective point of view, yes, napaka-professional ni Manong driver, right? Kasi well-mannered siya, magaling siya. But be professional. Huwag magpadala sa inyong puso. Okay? Be professional. Now, let's try this question. Comment your answers. Which of the following situations manifests a balance between teacher's responsibility and accountability? Comment your answers. Is it letter A? She entertains her students with personal gossip at the end of the period. She teaches and entertains the students with personal stories. Letter C, she teaches as much as she can for the duration of the period. Or letter D, she spends most of the time to gossip about showbiz when the students enjoy it. Comment your answers. So, saan daw dito yung nagpapakita na si teacher ay responsible at accountable? So, again, ano yung tip? Be professional. So, I think it's very easy to spot that it's letter C. Yan nga yung sinabi ko eh. Try to look at the options. I-differentiate mo. Positive ba? Negative ba? Right? So here, letter A, personal gossip at the end of the period, it's not professional, right? Parang Letter B, teaches and students with personal stories. And letter D, most of the time to gossip. So usually A, B, and D, they were all negative and they're all unprofessional. So we are left with letter C. Kapag sinasabi mo that she teaches as much as she can for the duration of the period, it means the teacher is responsible and accountable. So kami kasi before as a student, I can actually relate with if enjoy na enjoy si ma'am, enjoy na enjoy yung teacher with talking about his or her personal life, sinasabayan namin, "Oh, ma'am, tapos anong nangyari?" Kasi ayaw namin na mag-discuss, right? And even I as a lecturer, I'm so scared pag naging guro ako, sobrang daldal ko. That's why kahit na yung 3-hour na lecture ko nagiging 4 hours because I'm very talkative. So anyway, if she teaches as much as she can for the duration of the period, then yung teacher, responsable siya and accountable siya, okay? With the duration or the class time that she is given and the subject matter. Okay. So be student centered, be logical, be professional. Next one is you have to know that the answer is in the question. So, yun na nga yung sinasabi ko, di ba? With Prof Ed, you can actually analyze kung ano ba yung tama, ano ba yung mali, ano ba yung reasonable dito, ano ba yung hindi. So, pagbasa mo lang sa tanong, some of them, ma-identify mo na that the answer is in the question. Now, let's try to internalize or analyze this one. Owing issues to friendship, family ties, gender rights, etc., blank is a subject that provides a wide chance for value formation of the learners. Is it values education, social studies, educational technology, or history? Comment your answers. Alin kaya dito? So, correct answer natin is alam ko, yung gusto niyo sanang isagot is values education, right? Sabi mo, ma'am, the answer is in the question. Ayun na, oh, value formation. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Dahil ba sa salitang values? No. Yung keywords natin should be friendship, family ties, gender rights. So it's social studies. As you can see, it's social. It's about other people, right? It's about relationships. So social studies. Kapag sinasabi mong values education, it's more introspective kasi. It's more, metacognitive. Parang na on their own na, nag-i-improve sila on their own. It doesn't involve others, okay? So, before you answer, make sure that you absolutely 100% understand the question. Okay? So, magkamali ka, hindi dahil sa katangahan, magkamali ka dahil sadyang hindi mo lang talaga alam. Okay? So, if it's social studies yung sagot natin, it's because it's concerned with society and relationships. How the students interact ba with their peers and their family and their community. So that's social studies, okay? Yan na yon. So as you can see, the answer to the question is here, right? So it's social studies. History, of course not. Educational technology, of course not. So you are left with A and B, 50% na yung chance mo. It's more about other people kasi. That's why social studies yung sagot natin, okay? And finally, be objective, not subjective. I have said this so many times, and this actually helped me a lot. When answering the board exam, especially Prof Ed, do not be opinionated. Your opinion is not needed, okay? Yung board exam, it is objective. Hindi siya essay, okay? Sinusukat dyan, again, on my very first tip, on how good you are as a teacher. So you have to showcase there through your answers na you're a professional teacher. Okay? Let's try with this question. This is my favorite. What should be a teacher's motto? Is it children must actively construct their understanding of the world? Letter B, nothing learned under compulsion stays in the mind. Letter C, to guide a student's growth. Or letter D, once a teacher, forever a student. Deep down, comment. What do you think is the answer? Or what answer will you give to this one? So the answer that you will give is, it's probably letter D, right? Kasi ma'am, yan yung motto, ma'am eh. Motto natin yan. Na kapag teacher ka, forever a student ka. Ano nga yung, ano nga yung technique ko? Be objective. So dapat yung motto ng teacher is to guide the student's growth. So if you say nothing learned under compulsion stays in the mind, it is said by Plato. Okay? So children must actively construct an understanding of the world. It's also good, but parang teacher's motto kasi yung focus natin eh. Ano yung target ng teacher? Why is the teacher going to the school every day? Bakit niya ginagawa yung ginagawa niya? It's because they serve as a guide for the student's growth. Okay? I know, nadala lang kayo sa emosyon nyo at sa opinion nyo niya. Talagang totoo naman, nakaka-touch. Once a teacher, forever a student. But it's not the right answer. Okay? So, be professional. Now, my dear LPDs, when you're answering Prof Ed, be student-centered, be logical, be professional, know that the answer is in the question, and finally, be objective. Okay? So apply this in every Prof Ed item, and I am sure guaranteed yung lisensya niyo. Okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, Let me stop sharing first. No, I was, oh my gosh, ang laki ng aking mukha. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead and ingat kayo sa labas kasi magte-take pa kayo ng board exam.